Hi guys, my name is Megan Blinga, and today I get to talk to you about the Daily Success Club System Tracker, the tracker that is in everybody's back office, the tracker that you will hear about from day one till the end of time, because it is the foundation of what we do as coaches. It's what we do on a daily business for ourselves and for our business, for our clients, and for our personal growth. It encompasses all that you need to know, and you will hear references to this daily system activity tracker no matter what national wake up call you're listening to, what training you're talking about, and what speaker you're hearing share about what they've done to grow their business to where it is today. I'm going to share my screen with you because I want you to see exactly what I'm talking about. And I want you to understand how vital it is to be able to navigate finding this. So if you look in your back office, once you log in, you'll click Coach Tools right here, Daily Activity Tracker. Now I went ahead and already pulled it up for you. Today is Monday that I'm going through this. And right now I've already clicked through two things. So one, I did my personal development. I listened to a podcast while I was on a walk with my dog this morning. And that is one way that I know I can get personal development in. Will it happen again? Probably yes. Because in the morning, I always like to read a couple pages of whatever book that I'm into right now. And then later in the day, chances are those AirPods are going to be popped back in. I'm going to be listening to a podcast too, because I'm always trying to find ways to grow my mind. And that is the personal development. You might read a book, you might listen to a podcast. Maybe it's on Monday and it's a national wake up call or our team call. Maybe you're joining in to a call recording that you missed from earlier in the week, but that personal development is helpful in so many ways because chances are you've never built a network marketing business before. You might need to grow in more ways than one in our personal development library, and the books that we'll share with you will help you build and grow as a person, as a coach, and as a leader. This very first tab here is being proof the products work. This is another one that's super easy for me to do every day. Get up, do my workout, drink my shake. I like to drink my shake as a pudding. I usually mix my Shakeology with my Recover and my collagen, and I add some almond milk, top it with granola, and it is like a daily treat, but yet doubles as the healthiest meal of the day. That's how I know, whoopsies, that I'm getting both my workout, my shake, and my personal development in really without even thinking about it. So this daily activity tracker, it does encompass our 4 vital behaviors, but I want you to understand that they don't have to, they're not all related to like the actual inviting and that part of it, right? Like we've got these 4 pieces: being proof the products work, because our own personal journeys will forever remain the top priority as a coach, because your journey, how you feel about yourself, your excitement, your confidence, that spills over into your business. So if you are working on yourself and you're feeling good and your energy's high and you've got that confidence about you, when you go to do this next section of connecting and inviting and follow up, your energy is going to be so contagious. People are going to naturally want to follow you. So these all go together. The one I'm going to hop to next is this piece here: connect, invite, follow up. If you ever hear us talk about power hours or a live power hour or working power hour session, the activities that we're doing during that work session are these that are found within here. These are the activities where I said at the beginning, you know, what people are doing, whether they're brand new in the business or years into the business, our activities are all the same. This is what I'm talking about. It's just a matter of how many times a day you do it. Now you'll see there's minutes assigned to each of these daily activities. Now, you might only have time for maybe a 10-minute session or a 30-minute work session. You can go about it one of 2 ways. You can either just do, 4 minutes, for each of these tasks, 3-4 minutes for each of them, and get in what you can. You could do maybe 2 of these in the morning, 2 of these on your lunch break, and then 2 of these in the evening. You can do it so many different ways. It's kind of a game, I feel like, in the beginning, until you figure out what approach is going to work best for you. Sometimes I do, honestly I do it both ways. There are times where I have that chunk of time where I can sit through and go one by one through each of these activities. And then there's other times where I'm in pockets. I'm, getting a little bit of work done before my kids get up in the morning, and then I'm doing a little bit of work before I run out in the afternoon, like whatever it might be. The point is, these are the activities that I'm doing every single day. So just to make sure you understand what each of these mean, the very first thing: initiate connections and expand your network. This comes down to, where will you find your people? Maybe it's a high school reunion group. Maybe it's a alumni group from your college. Maybe it's a place that you love to shop, or a place you love to eat, or a local boutique you love to shop at. You want to think of a group, a Facebook group or an Instagram page where you would find your people. Now, you're not necessarily looking for that restaurant that you love to eat at to follow you back and engage back. You're looking for who else is following that page. Because if somebody else is following that shop you love to shop at, or that restaurant you love to dine at, or people who are in your your high school graduating reunion group or your college alumni group, when you find people with these similar interests, they might have other things in common with you. They might be at a similar place in their own health journey that they might be interested in joining you in fitness and or in business. So this part is truly just about expanding your network and initiating those connections. You're not inviting people to come join your boot camp. You're not going about it in a way of, hey, you have to learn more about this shake that's changing my world. This is simply, hey, I want to be your friend. Click friend, click add follow, and move on. No thinking about it, no overthinking it, I should say. And that's simply expanding your network. This grows, these build on each other. So maybe that seems like, oh, well, I'm not really sure if I need to do that right now. Like maybe you have a little bit of a warm market. Do you need to grow your following? Absolutely. Because eventually, if you're going through all of these activities every day, you'll run out of that warm market and you'll want to be able to find new people. And if this becomes part of your daily habits of the activities that you do, this all just becomes second nature and it just builds your overall pool of people who you can connect with. You might find that will be future coaches or challengers in your group. So this part is simply initiating that connection. You're not really doing anything else with it. The next part is inviting at least 5 people to join your bod group or learn more about coaching, join your boot camp. Now, if you're not continuously having conversations and expanding your network and having those connections with people, you're not going to have anybody to invite. So this invite part can only happen if you're also having conversations and meeting new people. Now, your invites are going to be to whatever you're doing right now. Whether you're promoting for a business opportunity group, whether you're promoting for your next boot camp, your invitation to people will simply be based on whatever you're doing. I like to enroll people with the same program that I'm doing, whether it's the nutrition program, the fitness side, the nutrition and fitness together. You want to invite people with what you're comfortable at, but you don't need to know every single option. We are blessed to have a library of Beachbody On Demand workout programs and several different nutrition programs that can match anybody's need. But don't feel like you have to master it all before you can invite people. Let them know, hey, I just started this online virtual boot camp. I'm blown away at the results that I have achieved in these last few weeks. And more than anything, the community that I've been able to surround myself with. I am a happier, more confident mama, wife, teacher, whatever you are, since I joined this group. And I have the opportunity to bring 3 people along into our next group next month. Would you be interested in doing this with me? That's all the more it has to be. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can voice people over. You can send them a message. You can make a little video of yourself, whatever it is. But you'll start likely by inviting people who already know, love, and trust you. So this isn't the random person that you added as a connection yesterday when you were doing your daily activities. This is probably somebody who you're already at that point that you can straight up say, hey, I think you'd like to do this too. Would you like to do it with me? Again, don't overthink it. Don't feel like you have to be this expert coming out there with all this amazing experience and information. We have the groups, the guides, we have all that outlined for you. Your role is just to get people to say yes and join you and do this with you. And we'll figure that rest out as we go. So let your invite be just that, something that's impacted you from a fitness standpoint, from the business standpoint, and you're inviting people to come do this with you. Again, with you, that's all it is. Let's do this together. I keep this posted, and anytime I talk about this, it's here. So if you've been around for a while, or you've watched any of my videos about a working power hour session or anything about the daily activity tracker, I have it because it's vital. And it's a post-it that lives, where's my camera? And it just says, I'm grateful someone invited me. There's little X's on here. Actually, they're crosses that at one point years ago, my daughter went through an entire stack of Post-its that was yay high. And she put little crosses on every single page. And I've left them there and I've used them because they just remind me of her. So I have that here because I'm grateful someone invited me. So when I sit down to invite people, I remind myself that there could be another me out there that's waiting for an opportunity to ditch the anxiety that she's feeling as a new stay-at-home mom that's trying to figure out how to still help provide for her family while still raising her babies. And maybe she needs me to connect with her. And that's what I imagine myself before I sit down and invite people to be a part of what I have to offer. Don't prejudge. Don't assume somebody isn't interested. Offer it up and let the rest go from there. I promise you, people telling you no will not hurt. People ignoring you will not matter because eventually they all come back around. Just get the invites out there. Follow up with the people you've invited. Now, again, you can see how these build, but the follow up can't happen if you aren't tracking. So, whether you want to start keeping track of these invites, you send an invite to someone and they're like, yeah, actually, I've been seeing what you were sharing on social media. I am interested in what you're doing. Can you tell me more? You're like, boom, that person's name goes down. Now, where the conversation builds and grows from there is another story, but you want to have the names of the people who are interested. So if that conversation fizzles, or if you get to a point where it's not right now, you have their name that you can go back to the next time you're inviting to a new group. So make sure that you have a way to track. Therefore, you have a way to follow up when the time comes. My follow-ups take on so many different forms depending on where I'm at in the month, where I'm at in my recruiting, where I'm at with what I'm talking about. My follow-up might be a simple voice message. Hey, I just wanted to follow up. Make sure you got this. I know that sometimes I open messages and then I get distracted because the phone rings or my kid needs me, and I don't want that to happen to you. If you are still interested in joining my group, let me know either way if I should still keep a spot saved for you. Super simple, right? Like, you're acknowledging that they didn't respond and that it's okay because you understand how busy life can get. Just let you know if you want a spot saved. And if they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yes, I would be interested. Then you carry that conversation. If they're like, oh, now it's not a good time, you say, no worries. I totally get it. Isn't life just insane these days? I always run a boot camp at the start of every month. Can I put your name down to follow up with you next month? Chances are they're going to say yes, because it's easy to say, push it off, push it off. And then maybe next month when you follow up with them again, they're at that point where they know they're ready for the business, for the fitness, whatever it is. They're ready then, and you're going to catch them when they're ready because you have a follow-up system. So the follow-ups are key. Don't ever assume that somebody's not interested just because they didn't respond. I assume everybody's interested until they tell me, heck no, I'm out. Otherwise, they stay on my follow-up list and they get a follow-up every single month. In the beginning, my follow-up might be a day later, 2 days after that, 3 days after that, maybe a week. And then if I'm not hearing back or I'm not getting a response, I kind of put them on a monthly rotation from a follow-up perspective. This next one here, do a social media post showcasing the benefits of your healthy lifestyle. Now, when you're privately inviting, that's one way for you to connect with people and get them gauge interest in your group. But they're going to likely click on your name when you invite them, and they're going to go check out to see what you've been sharing. What are you talking about? What are you posting about? What have you been sharing? And they're going to look for that validation that what you're inviting them to join is something that has valid backup, right? Like, they want to see, is she walking the walk or talking the talk? Whatever that saying is. I don't think I said it right, but you know what I mean. Your social media posts are the support and backup that prove that, hey, these groups work. These groups hold me accountable. They hold others accountable. We all get results. Here's what I share. These are some recipes, like these are the people that hold me to my word in the morning. Whatever it is, your social media posts are going to back up what you are privately inviting to. So make sure you're posting it consistently. You don't have to post multiple times a day. Once a day is plenty, enough that then somebody goes to your page and they take a scroll. They're going to see, oh, she works out, or she has this community, or oh, she has something I can join her, and oh, look at her results. She's sharing her progress along the way. And that's all that social validation for what you're inviting to and sharing in your stories and in the invites, which again, next one, speaking of stories, updating your stories throughout the day. People want, again, this is that, so my dog, she's killing me lately, guys. I'm going to pause to open the door. Okay, sorry about that. She's had my handful and a half. Your stories throughout the day are going to showcase your life. Now, I don't want you to think you have to share every in and out of everything that you do. You don't. What you want to keep private, keep it private. There's certain things that I share consistently. I share part of my morning routine. I share something from the morning devotion that I'm doing or my gratitude journal, something that's just part of me taking that morning me time that I treasure so very much. I share part of that morning me time in some way, shape, or form, usually a picture, sharing a quote. I always say good morning on it. And then I share something from my workout. Sometimes it's rarely about the workout. It's more about what I'm thinking or what I'm feeling or what I'm going through or why I'm there or who I'm showing up for or what I'm working towards. What helped me get out of bed that morning, the things that I think other people might be struggling with, and the words that I think they might need to see at that time. That's what I'm sharing. It's so little to do about the workout, but I'm showing my workout. The words are going over a video clip of my workout or a post-workout selfie, and it's still showcasing that I'm doing these fitness, but I'm trying to add value or inspiration or motivation to the people who are watching my story. That's kind of how I intertwine those things. Then I usually share something about what I am eating, what I am cooking, what I'm meal prepping, something along those lines. I'll share something about work. Maybe it is um, a video that maybe it's a video that I'm creating for my team. Maybe it's a training video. Maybe it's a powwow, a mastermind session, whatever it might be. Something that showcases what I'm doing throughout the day as my work. Maybe it's results that some of my challengers are getting. Maybe it's um, something that somebody's saying that they're realizing and experiencing within my boot camp. I'm going to showcase different things so that people can see what I'm doing as a job. That way, if they're interested in coaching, they can see that aspect of it too. And then I usually have some form of a call to action. Sometimes my call to action will happen after my workout in the morning. Maybe I put some sort of like series up about what I'm working for, the kind of groups that I'm offering, and if you want accountability, here's where you go. Sometimes they're me talking with a call to action. Other times they're like pre-created Canva stories that I'll put up that will show whatever group that I'm inviting to. But I like to have a call to action every day because that goes into this new one, next one, respond to all likes and comments or views. So if I have a call to action in my stories, and then I look to see who's commenting on my stories or who's engaging on a poll in my stories, I'm able to then say, hey, I saw you following along in my stories. Thanks so much for being a part of my journey. I appreciate the support. You probably saw that I'm opening up enrollment for my next bootcamp. Would this be something that you're interested in? They're following along. That's like somebody walking past me in the grocery store and making eye contact. And I'm like, do they want to be a part of this too? Let me ask them. Let me invite them. I'm not doing it in any sort of, oh my gosh, you have to come do this, but I'm going to offer it because I know, again, I'm grateful somebody invited me and I'm going to invite them. So a lot of the people that I'm inviting, it comes from the people who are viewing my stories on a regular basis or engaging with a poll on my stories or engaging on my posts. But if I'm not going through each of these activities every day, it doesn't work, which is why these are so vital to do all of them, whether you can do all of them all at once for the full time that's listed or little pieces of time or 2 at a time throughout the day. They build on one another, which is what allows us to kind of build that foundation of people as we go and do this on a daily basis. Moving on to this piece here, getting people results. As you grow your business, this will be a little bit more of a prevalent activity, but for contributing to your challenge group. So, maybe you're co-running your group with your coach. So you may not be posting the daily posts in your challenge group, but can you be that amazing challenger? Can you make sure that if your coach is posting in the morning to drop their sweaty selfie, that you're the first one in there dropping your selfie and you're encouraging everybody else? That's how you can contribute, even if you don't have any challengers yet or you're not running your own group. Be the most amazing challenger. Recognize achievement. If you see somebody showing up every day, shout them out. Like, hey, I see you. You're inspiring me. You're motivating me. Keep it going. That recognition is what makes these communities so incredible. Following up with your Shakeology users, we know that sometimes it's a shock to your system because most people aren't eating healthy. Most people aren't getting 70 superfoods on a daily basis, which is why Shakeology, if it's not the right flavor for them, or they're not blending it the right way or mixing it the right way, it can be like, oh, I don't know if this is working for me, but it's amazing. But it might be shocking your system if it's something you're not used to. So follow up. Are you experiencing any gas or bloating? Do you need to switch from regular to the vegan option? Do you want to try half a scoop versus a full scoop? Do you love that flavor? Because if not, we have so many others. We'll find one that fits best for you. Asking those questions, doesn't scare people away and cause them to cancel. It's going to help actually give really good customer service, show them that you care, that you want them to love it, that you understand the value of the Shakeology and what it can do for their bodies, and you want to help make sure that they're maximizing that as well. And then the last one here is responding to questions from customers and coaches, going through your inbox, making sure that anybody who has a question gets that question answered, whether it's a question in your group or a question directly to you. Those are that rounds out our daily activity tracker. Now, it might seem like a lot, but a lot of these things, they come second nature. Like I get up, I get up, I drink my Energize, I do my workout, I have my Shakeology, I do my personal development a little bit in the morning with a book, a little bit in the walk with the dog as I listen to a podcast, maybe a little bit later in the car. Those things aren't part of that sit down big action hour. I usually break up my contributions to my challenge group from the actual that second section of the invites, the follow-ups, the engaging, the connecting, all those kinds of things. The more you do it, the easier it'll become, the more fluent your words will be, and you will get to a point where you're like, this is just the flow of business. But this is what we do. This is the daily activities. And as we recommend reading the book Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, you'll see all of these seemingly small, insignificant activities they build over time. They build, they come together, and they compound into really great results with your business as long as you put the work in. So I hope that helps. If you have questions about how this whole Success Club daily activity system tracker works, drop your comments in the video and I'll be happy to help.